would like to also give the floor to the Second Assembly member of Parliament from the US. He represents Northern and Southern United States in the Parliament of the Republic of Macedonia. Thank you, Meto. Honorable members, representatives of the UMD, our hosts, the 4th Global Conference, honorable members of the Diplomatic Corps, representatives of the Government of the Republic of Macedonia, dear colleagues, MPs, representatives of the immigration organizations, scientists, professors, dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express my gratitude to your attendance here, presence here in the Republic of Macedonia on the 4th Global Conference, and a warm welcome to our country, Republic of Macedonia. It's an honor to be amongst you. We have here representatives of the diaspora from over 20 countries in the world. They have always been friends to our country. They have always been and shared and actively were engaged into building our joint future. And for the first time after our independence have been duly represented in the National Assembly through having MPs in the Parliament of the Republic of Macedonia. We can show off on this, but also there is a lot to be done in the future and in the forthcoming period. One of the key aspects of the promoting the relations and the links with our immigrants is the actual connection. And this is for the first time today, thanks to the efforts as a party, as a government, as MPs, that the immigration is linked to its own country. We have modern airports. Today, Republic of Macedonia have signed over more than 400 treaties and agreements for air traffic with US, with Australia, with Canada, and we're working on Chile, Brazil, Canada, Kuwait and others. Today, Skopje is linked to 11 destinations in Europe through Visa Air, which has been subsidized by the government of the Republic of Macedonia. And today, Macedonian radio and television and the satellite channel transmit everywhere through the internet. Our immigrants can take a look at all the media, the structures, the institutions, the ministries of the Republic of Macedonia, and they have access to the MPs as well. We cannot say that today the immigrants are not informed, they're not linked to their countries. They are notified as to what is happening in our country and abroad, and this is what makes me happy. We actively invest in our diaspora as well as the local community of immigrants through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Every year, through public announcements, we select organizations financed by our country to enable continuation of the work of protection of the national heritage as well as the language and culture. In Indiana, our immigrants can see a TV channel on Macedonian language. Also, there will be a web portal transmitting or providing information as to what's going on in our country. We also submitted dispatch textbooks and other literature necessary for the nurturing of our Macedonian language. As a nation, there is only a drop in the sea of nations. Our national struggle will continue in the future. We have to do whatever is possible for all immigrants to speak their national language. We organize camps for our children as well, from the immigrants that in addition to enjoying Ohrid also learn the Macedonian language. Also we provide other scholarships for those that are interested in continuing the education of the expatriates in Republic of Macedonia. So these are just some of the efforts. Also, I can proudly present the grants provided by our Ministry of Culture that are open now for application by the immigrants as well. So they can submit their application for the protection of the culture and the cultural heritage of the Republic of Macedonia projects. So today's conference is 100 years after the Treaty of Bucharest. By acknowledging the past, we can anticipate the future. We always make a balance between the good and the bad, the black and the white. Maybe 100 years will pass, but we will see once again Macedonia united Europe. But in order to avoid the mistakes by our ancestors done in the past, and in order to avoid the damages that were done 100 years ago, the country that we call our country today, we need to love and nourish. We need to leave something for the next generations, and they will judge us through what we did and what have been doing across this period. We need to leave a positive mark, in order to avoid the mistakes from the past. We need to be united. We need to cooperate in order to protect the Macedonian national interest. We need to sit down and jointly decide of how are we to trace the future in Republic of Macedonia. We need to overcome our vanity. We need to overcome the ideology or other affiliations or convictions, and to decide on joint consensus that will provide for better life standard, better economy, better social life, and creating the conditions for our immigrants so they can come back to their country. I wish you a successful conference. I hope that you will enjoy the beauties of our country, of the capital. You would see the changes in architecture in our capital. Those the better, I hope. And again, a successful conference. Thank you.